Welcome to Galileo Pre-K Online. This video will give you an overview of navigating Galileo Pre-K Online and accessing the assessment tools. This is not intended to be an instructional video. Galileo Pre-K Online has integrated curriculum, assessment, and reporting to create a seamless approach to providing developmentally appropriate learning opportunities in the classroom, which may lead to greater learning and increased school readiness. This video will focus on the assessment tools available for teachers. Keep in mind there are additional features included within Galileo Pre-K Online which will not be demonstrated in this video, including curriculum, reporting, class notes, and the Pre-K Parent Center. Galileo Pre-K Online is simple and intuitive to use. With a fully online interface, Galileo Pre-K Online can be accessed through the ATI homepage from any computer with an internet connection. To access the Galileo Pre-K Online assessment tools, a teacher begins at the ATI homepage, logs in using their Galileo username and password, which can be provided by agency administrators. Once logged in, a teacher is brought directly to the Galileo Pre-K Online settings page. From here, using the red tabs at the top of the page, a teacher has access to the broad functions of the system, for example, assessment, curriculum, or reports. Once a red tab has been selected, additional menu options appear in the silver menu bar below. Below each of these are additional menu options. The header remains the same on each page. This header includes the golden menu bar with important support resources. From each page in Galileo, a teacher will have access to the help files, the Pre-K Professional Development Forum, and tech support. Through these resources, a teacher can easily access helpful resources such as user manuals, quick reference guides, or instructional videos. In addition to these online resources, teachers are welcome to contact the Galileo Pre-K Online Field Services Coordinators for assistance anytime. To enter observations for a child in their class, teachers navigate to the Assessment tab, then select Enter Observations, and scroll down to select one of the three options, by child, by goal, and by class. I will demonstrate each of these options. Let's begin with by child. When a child first enters a class, the teacher is encouraged to spend 1 to 2 weeks observing the child to assess the child's abilities in each domain of knowledge. Once this has been done, the teacher will enter the observations for this child into Galileo Pre-K Online. Baseline is established through the Enter Observations by Child page using the Amount Learned tool. On this page, the teacher begins by selecting the child's name from the drop-down menu, then selects the scale on which they would like to enter observations. Once the scale is selected, the scale goals will appear in the screen below. Using the Amount Learned tool, the teacher slides the indicator across to indicate the number of goals on the selected scale the teacher feels the child knows. This is only done to set the baseline for the child and will not be used to enter future observations. Once the teacher has entered the baseline, Galileo Pre-K Online will automatically update the goals below to check off the goals which are commonly seen first, and the associated planning levels and data source will be set to baseline. The teacher must then double-check that the correct goals were selected based on their personal observations of the child. Once baseline has been established for a child, the teacher will access the Enter Observations by Child page to enter observations individually for each child on a selected scale. A teacher simply checks off the goals the child has demonstrated and updates the data source as appropriate. Once a goal has been checked off and the changes have been saved, the planning levels will update with recommendations of which capabilities the child is ready to learn next. This is indicated by the Plan Now planning level. In this way, the teacher receives recommendations to assist in lesson planning. From the Enter Observations by Child page, a teacher also has the option to enter Anecdotal Notes. Notes entered in this section will remain private and can be viewed only by program staff. There is an additional note area where a teacher can enter a note for a particular child or an entire class, which will be made available to the families in the Galileo Pre-K Parent Center. This additional note area will not be demonstrated in this video. A teacher can also enter observations based on one goal for all children in their class on one page. To do this, a teacher will access the Enter Observations by Goal page. A teacher begins by selecting the desired scale and knowledge area where the target goal appears. Once selected, the teacher uses the Goal drop-down menu to select the goal which he or she has observed. When entering observations from this screen, the observation date and data source will be the same for each observation entered. The teacher will simply place a check mark next to the name of each child who has demonstrated the selected capability. Once saved, the observations will be saved for each child's record and planning levels will be updated. If a teacher would like to enter observations for all children in their class on a given scale for multiple goals, the Enter Observations by Class page would be an appropriate option. From this page, the teacher will select the desired scale, observation date, and data source. Then, by placing check marks in the appropriate boxes, the goals will be marked as learned, and the planning levels indicated by the blue and green colored boxes will automatically update. Now that I have demonstrated some basic data entry, let's take a look at the data through viewing some Galileo Pre-K online reports. While teachers can see planning level instructional recommendations from both the Observation by Child page and the Observation by Class page, teachers will often print reports to inform instruction, share information with families, or to monitor their children's growth. All reports are accessed by clicking the red Reports tab. There are many reports in Galileo Pre-K Online, which each provide valuable information about child development. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will focus on two of the available reports, the Development Profile Report and the Progress Report. We will begin by viewing the Development Profile Report. This can be printed for an individual child or a full class. This report is often printed for an individual child to share with families. It is also the report which is available in the Galileo Pre-K Online Parent Center. For demonstration, I will select to view the Development Profile Report for an entire class. Once a teacher has selected the scale and the format which they would like to view the report and clicked Run Report, the Development Profile will open as a PDF file. This report will illustrate the number of children in each planning level for each goal on a selected scale. A teacher can use this report as a reference to select goals for upcoming lesson focus. In this example, we can see that some of the children in our class are ready now to learn goal number 3, while others will be ready soon. This makes this an appropriate goal to focus on during upcoming weeks. The teacher could now use the Galileo Pre-K Online curriculum tools or their selected curriculum to identify classroom activities or lesson plans which will focus on this goal. If a teacher instead wanted to view the progress their children were making over time, they may select to print a progress report. This report is also available for individual children. For our demonstration, I will print this report for an entire class. The teacher will select the desired scale and desired date range for Observation 1 and Observation 2. Once selected, by clicking Run Report, a PDF of the report will open showing a bar graph of the children's progress over the course of the 2 periods. From this report, we can see that children have moved from the beginning to the intermediate level over the course of our 2 observation periods. This concludes our preview of the Galileo Pre-K Online Assessment System. This was an overview of the primary functions of the assessment features. Other features, such as the curriculum tools included in the system, were not demonstrated here. This video demonstrated features including entering observations by child, goal, and by class, as well as printing a development profile report and a progress report to inform lesson planning. Keep in mind that all Galileo users have access to support and professional development through online sources, phone support, email support, and on-site professional development. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the Galileo Pre-K online assessment system.